Well, welcome to Popp'in Corks, and thanks for taking some time with us. I got five simple questions for you. The
All
first
right.
first one, my friend, what are the biggest challenges and opportunities for MSPs in today's cybersecurity landscape?
I think the biggest challenge is like figuring out what's actually good. There's so many options to buy, so many things, and everybody has a cybersecurity solution. And I think that like a really big number of them are probably just completely hot air. And so finding that right balance is super hard. Um, but it's also a chance for MSPs to differentiate and like find, a story around, hey, here are the pieces and tools that we think fit the businesses that we serve. And that's so important for MSPs to think about like how are they different than the MSP down the road. And so there's a lot of opportunity for MSPs to go not just, hey, I want a single platform, but instead think best of breed and pick best of breed solutions in each of these categories and end up with a really unique and differentiated offering.
Thank you. I get this question a lot about the genesis of Cork. So, question to you, what's the story behind Cork and what sets it apart?
So I think the story behind Cork is really just that cybersecurity, like buying cyber insurance, stinks. It's bad. It's annoying. It's terrible. And you're filling out paperwork that seems to make no sense. The process of the coverage makes no sense. And then when you go around the room and talk to people and be like, "Hey, have you ever successfully filed a claim and gotten money back?" And like people are like, "Almost never." And so the idea was like, what if we created cyber insurance in a way that starts with trusting the MSP first and aligning with the MSP? And so that means one, like looking at those tools and rewarding them for using tools that actually make a difference. It means giving them discounts there. It also means when MSPs need money or need resources, like activate right away. And so rather than go through some long, complicated claims process, it's like, here's the cash. We'll figure it out later, like how things work out. But like right out of the gate, you need the money to solve this, or you got to go buy this part, or you got to go order this thing. Like having those resources right away is so important. And so those are kind of the big pieces that underpin the creation of Cork. And then we've been pulling that thread ever since.
Love it. Thank you. What I heard in there was trust. So, what drives your team's vision and approach to building Cork?
Trust, and more trust. It's around this alignment that like Cork only serves MSPs and that we trust that the MSPs are, good business people. They're making good decisions. They're making the right choices for their customers. And so if I was a generic cyber insurance company and I'm just selling cyber insurance to anybody that technically has a, FTIN and they're like, hey, I say I'm a business. They've got all these concerns about fraud and being taken advantage of and how people are going to screw them over. Whereas we know that we're working with MSPs and we have a lot of easy ways to validate that, like, yes, you're real. The machines that exist on these networks are real. Your customers are real. And so we can validate this stuff very easily. And so that allows us to align and trust the MSP. And that just allows you to provide a completely different kind of product.
Thank you. What's one actionable step MSPs can take today to elevate their cybersecurity services?
I mean, there's like the basics of 2FA. Um, there's the single sign-on type stuff, but like everybody can give that advice. I think the other piece is like delete and close accounts places you're not at and don't use. And that people's digital footprints extend back to every website you ever signed up for with a free account. And so your data shows up in this like, have I been pwned all the time because accounts on websites that you haven't visited in a decade, like have succumbed to it. And managing that scope and clearing that stuff out can make a really big difference in like reducing your sort of digital risk footprint.
Hmm, thank you. And Cork can assist on that one too. Uh, Lastly, how is AI shaping the future of cybersecurity and what should MSPs be aware of?
Just AI and the tools of talent in the hands of talented people can allow them to move really fast. And so that means that MSPs should hold their products to higher standards because the products should be able to get better faster. but it also means that everybody's got to stay on their toes because AI is a tool, and like you can use a hammer to build a house or break a window, and it's the same scenario. So in that sense, like we're all caught in this escalating crossfire back and forth that's going to accelerate faster. But I do think that the tools component like makes such a big difference, and seeing just how much Cork could build with a tight team working together matters a lot, and shows that like there's a chance for all kinds of new, cool, exciting solutions to show up not only just in the MSP market, but overall, because AI can give developers superpowers.
Thank you. Can I ask a bonus question?
Yeah, of course.
W- Is there anything in the news or in the world that's happened in the last couple of weeks or the day that you find highly entertaining? It makes you laugh. A trend that you're seeing or a pressure that you're feeling that you find entertaining.
I mean, I think the New Jersey drones thing is super silly. And just all these people have all these crazy theories, and I don't think it's some foreign nation state when like, why would you put lights on your drone? Like people can see them. Like it might just be a dude trying to mess with everyone. But I don't know. Like that's probably the one that I'm like not captivated by, but everybody seems to be super captivated by. So that's the one that jumps out.
Perfect. Thank you. Anything else you want to say or add before we drop?
No, I think this is good. Great to
Okay.
chat.